Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
I would like to ask you some questions, but you can start by introduce yourself, please.
I'm Geraldine Fraser Moleketi. I'm the Special Envoy on Gender of the African Development Bank.
Thank you very much. So, what do you think about economic or girls? Well, what are the programs do you have in your department to help girls to be economically empowered?
Yes. I firstly want to say I don't have a department. I'm the Special Envoy for the bank as a whole. And as a result, my responsibility is to ensure that the bank mainstreams or integrates gender across all its programs. As you know, the bank invests large sums of money in infrastructure rollout. And what I am keen to have is that girls, young women, young men, older women have access to those resources. There should be no limitation to you if you have the required skills, the required education. If you set up companies, you set up consortiums, and don't dream small, dream big. You will have access to bank resources to roll out infrastructure on the continent, but also to look at where the greatest need is. We are specifically looking at the reform of the bank's procurement rules. And in the reform of those procurement rules, we want to ensure that there's preferential procurement for young people, which means that young women will be included. So there's room for that. And that's the role of the Special Envoy, to also advocate and ensure that there is the integration.
Yes, we have heard many projects that you have for women and girls about the economical empowerment, but I would like you to give another advice for girls so that we can be aware of our potential and take those opportunities and be aware of those opportunities and try to get something from it, like an advice that you can give to girls as their mentor.
I'd want to say to girls, remember that nothing is impossible. You have more opportunities now than your mothers, your grandmothers, etc. Having said that, there's a need for young women to organize and come together, to look at setting up businesses, to ensure that you don't only feature in the political sphere, but that you feature in the economic sphere as well. Look at regional integration. Don't just think as girls from Rwanda. Think of girls from the East African community who will go into business in future. See yourself as CEOs. See yourself as captains of industry. Look at how you get a space in the private sector. And remember, nobody's going to give it to you. You need to grasp the space and do that together with your brothers, because unity brings strength. And let me explain why. It is always stated that women are good as investment bankers because they're cautious and they will make money grow. But they say men are good when you put up equity investment to take risks. So you need to set up companies where it's women and men, so that the women push the investment and the men also comes with some of the catalytic opportunities. Bring it together, make it happen. There are lessons to learn, so you don't need to reinvent the wheel. At the moment, you need to own the satellite.
Thank you very much.
Some countries, including Ghana, they are like the harnessing of the gender equality is still backing. So what do you do to encourage those countries so that gender can be at the first point?
Today's session is one such example. The African Development Bank had this session on the gender dividend. They had on the panel ministers from regional member countries. We had on that panel bankers as well. And part of it is to encourage countries to provide the leadership required to make the difference. Because at the end of the day, there's no excuse at this point in time to lag behind. And Ghana, that has 50 years of its, it's 54 years of its independence, is a country that should be leading Ghana has minerals, it's got oil, it's got gas. It needs to take it forward. The women of Ghana should take this initiative forward. So the advice is, you've made commitments at the level of the African Union. Take the leadership to implement those resolutions. So there's not a shortage of resolutions, there's a shortage of action. Okay. Thank you.
So I'd like to know what do you see as an impact after a young woman has been included in all the process in economy?
You have diversity, and there's evidence that companies that has diversity increases its bottom line, and we want to draw on the increase of the bottom line. Thank you. Thank you very much.